Hello everyone. In last session we discussed about what is Java, how to install JDK and IntelliJ IDEA. In this session we are going to see what are the variables and primitive data types that are available in Java. Before we starting, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to receive all the notifications. So what is variable? So variable is a way of storing the information. In any application, data plays a key role and we use the variables to store the data. I am going to create variable int my number and we are going to assign some value 20 and semicolon. So in Java we must use semicolon to end the statement. Here int is the data type, my number is the variable name and 20 is the value of the my number. So we store 20 inside the my number. Print my number and see the result. We can use sout to write the system.out.println. Sout is the shortcut. So press enter and here I am going to use my number. So you need to use the name as it is and you should not enclose it inside the double quotes or something like that. You can see that hello world my number. So just give my number. You can see the result hello world 20. So here you don't require to insert the variable at the time of declaration itself and you can assign the value to the variable inside any method or while performing some action also. So for example, I can break it in 2 lines. So when you don't assign any, so it will show the warning like variable my number might not have been initialized. And if you run it, you get the error. So build is failed, error message, variable my number might not have been initialized, right? So we need to initialize the value. So you can do it in next line also like this. And now you can see the error gone. And if you run, you can see the expected output. And we can assign expressions to the variable. So here 20 is also kind of expression. And if you want exact expression, 20 plus 10. So 20 plus 10 equal to 30 and this is nothing but an expression. So what is the expression? In any programming language, expression evaluates to some value. So here 20 plus 10 is kind of an operation we are doing here. So it results to 30. So even you run it, hello world 30. And also you can declare another variable like second number 30. Use it like 20 multiplied by second number, run hello main. You can see 600. So here this is nothing but a expression and also you can call a method and you can save the result of it inside the my number. So I will be covering that in our upcoming sessions. Now let us see what is data type. Here int is the data type. Data type represents the type of the data that we are storing. So here we are storing the numbers, right, whole numbers. And if you are storing decimal numbers like 30.12 or 20.12, then that is nothing but decimal number, right? To declare the decimal values, we have the data types like float and double. And likewise, there are 8 primitive data types available in Java that are int, short, byte, long, float, double, boolean, char. So these 8 primitive data types are available in the Java. So let us see one by one. So first of all we have the int, right, integer, and here we can declare the whole numbers. And let us see what is the minimum value and maximum value that we can store inside the int variable. Int min value equal to, I am using integer dot min value. So every primitive data type of Java will have the one wrapper class. Like for int it is integer, like float it will be float. So like that we have the wrapper classes. So now integer dot min value and same way int max value equal to integer dot max value. And let us print these two sout. So let us add some text like, and this is concatenation. When you use the plus symbol with string and number value, then it will convert it to the string. So let us run it. You can see the min value minus 21474 something like 2 billion something, and the same way max value we have 21447 this much. So this is the maximum value that you can store in the integer and this is the minimum value that you can store in the integer. So now let us see the float. So when you want to store the decimal numbers, you use the float. So we declare float decinum equal to, yes, 10.2. It is showing some error. So what is that error? You can see that required type float provided double, cache to float, it is asking to cache to float. So we need to do the type casting like that, float. Now you can see that this will not give any error. So we need to use the float like this, or you can just simply use, instead of casting, you can just mention that f. So you are explicitly saying that this is the decimal number I want to store in the float variable. And for this also we have the min and max value. So like float min value. So as I said, we have the wrapper class, float is the wrapper class for that, float dot min value. Same way, so like float, to store the decimal values, we have the double also, same double, and let's say dbl equal to, and here you can directly give 10.3 or 10.2 whatever, and here you don't need to mention like d or something. So here we mentioned f, right, for float, but here you need to mention like that. And double is the most preferred way to store the decimal values. Here I want you to try and print the min and max value of double, and it is very simple. Like same way we have the float class and integer class and long class. So these are what? These are wrapper classes. So double also will have the wrapper class, right? So double will have the wrapper class, and just you need to use max value and min value. So byte we use to store the small numbers, then integer. So it occupies the 8 bits. Byte num equal to 100. You can just print out. Let me print that also and show you. Byte, save it and just run it. Run. Byte min value minus 128 and max value 127. When you try to store the value that is more than max value, then it will be overflowed. Here byte num, right? So byte num equal to byte num plus 100. So let us see what it will give result. Here you can see that required type byte provided int, right, cache to byte. So let us do it, that one, and now just print byte num, right click and hello main. Here you can see that minus 56. So it is overflowed and given the value minus 56. So you should not store more than what it takes. Another interesting is char. So if you want to store the characters, you can use the char. So like C or B something, you can use the data type called char. And another data type, boolean. So we often use the boolean in our application programming. Like, so boolean used to store the values like true or false. Is open equal to true, and same way you can set the value false also, right? Is open false, and again you cannot declare the duplicate variables. Is boolean is there, and if you try to redeclare it, you will get the error. So it is saying that is open is already defined in the scope, but you can have it inside the method signature and inside methods that we are going to cover in our upcoming sessions. But we can't have the two variables with the same name in the same scope. So short sh, let's say, equal to 10, and let us print the min and max value of short. So min value and short dot max value. Short max value is 32767 and min value is minus 32768. Let us have a quick recap. So when you declare the variable, you must specify the data type and variable name, and you should initialize the variable before you are using it. So you can initialize the variable with expression and also method callings, and like you can call a method and you can save whatever the method returns. And we have the 8 primitive data types like integer, long, float, double, short, boolean, and other byte data types. Each primitive type is having one wrapper class. Using the wrapper class, we can get the min and max value of each data type. This is all about this session. In our next session, we are going to discuss about operators. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon.